Evening all.
Hello.
How are you?
Carlo, Napolitano and Minichiello. Is everyone ready? All right. Carlo must be disappointed.
Yeah, of course. But the fact of the matter is, we just, nothing that we did just worked. We probably in that first half we just didn't stick to our game plan that we practiced. Our prep was pretty good, so we just didn't do the things that we trained for. And when you're doing that, you're always going backwards. And in the second half, a few decisions here and there, and we just couldn't seem to get into the game. That's how it felt. We just kept on feeling it. We just couldn't get into it. Our completion rates were pretty poor, and proof's in the pudding.
Anthony, had you dared to believe that you could get to the quarters?
Yeah, we believe we could. With the group we had, we know that was tough games. Scotland, Tonga, and obviously playing Wales first up. But we knew the squad that we had that the goal was to top the group. That's why all the boys are pretty disappointed. We're in a position to come into this game and have a good win and actually go through. But as Carlo mentioned, our completion rate let us down today. We didn't really mount pressure. Well, we couldn't really because we didn't have a good completion rate.
How do you sort of reflect on the World Cup then
I think it's still been a success for Italy. First World Cup, and we've really only lost one game, to be honest. And we beat England as well. So I think that was really a bonus, and it created a lot of interest back in Italy. Hopefully to get rugby league stronger.
Carlo, how do you think Scotland might go against Kiwis?
Very hard. I think New Zealand have proved that they're a force to be reckoned with, and they've played some good football, Scotland. I don't think you could write them off. They're very tough opponents, and Steve McCormack will have them running fairly well, but I just think New Zealand will be too strong.
Yourselves and Tonga are probably two of the sides that are expected to travel the big three, weren't they? So Scotland have just been surprised everyone, haven't they, really?
Well, I think we were surprised, Steve. You couldn't say leading into this. Well, I know, because I know the betting on it. It was 1,000 to 1, for us to win the World Cup in the early days. So I think no one expected us to do it, Steve. And fact of the matter is, it's been a good World Cup like that. You look at the 2000 and the 95 World Cup, and minnow nations weren't winning games. We've done that. USA have proven that. Scotland have proven that. So it's been good from that respect, and that's what the World Cup's about. Again, I've said it before. It's not just about a competition every 4 years. We've got to be mounting international presence in these domestic countries. Obviously my little battles personally with, the whole try to get money raised in Italy. We are kicking goals. We're speaking to the union people. We're speaking to, the powers that be at Kona to try and secure funding. We just can't be looking at a 4-year competition to say whether we're a success or not.
Would you like to already know what your next fixture is in 2014, so you could be playing towards that?
Well, it's going to be difficult because you don't know what the profit margins of the World Cup. Therefore, you don't know what the funding pots are. That's how it works. It is, yeah, of course. To answer your question, yeah, I would love to know what we're doing next year. And then I can plan. Maybe I'm not going to do this role as a head coach again. I don't know. It's been 14 years of my life. As a player and as a coach. Maybe it's an opportunity for someone else to do it. I'm not saying I'll walk away from the federation altogether, but I probably need a year off. Somewhere down the line. Enjoy some sun. What do you reckon, mate?
Get a tan.
Yeah, get a tan.
You mentioned the odds 1,000 to 1. Do you know what they got down to at any stage? That's the best odds?
No, I'm not really a betting man, so I wouldn't really know. But I did. I think I heard something about 67 or something like that. That's massive. To think that. When I heard 1,000 to 1, I was laughing to myself because I thought, well, You know, I think we could do it. And again, you know, if we had certain members that was available to us and wasn't ruled out because of injury, you know, again, it could have been a little bit more different. But you know, that's rugby league. It's the break of the game. It's the bounce of the ball. It's, you know, the surface of the pitch. That's why we love it, and that's. I won't go in there. Well, there was. I don't know. You know, yeah, I'm sure you can make your own judgment on some of the decisions, but yeah, some of them were a bit baffling again. Probably the Scottish gods looking down on the referee, I think.
Do you think, like, the way Scotland's gone, it's scored the importance of having, like, they've got 2 representative halves, and not to, you know, say anything bad about your halves or anyone else's, but the importance of halves in a team brought together in these circumstances has been underscored a little bit, hasn't it? You know. Like
Yeah, of course. Like, again, yeah, you're right in saying that. You know, we had total confidence, and we shown that because we played in all 3 games, and I think you have to do that in a 6 and 7. You know. And we've gone out there and gone, well, we're going to give you the confidence, we're going to trust you, we're going to give you every opportunity to do the best you can possibly do. But you're not replacing a Cade Snow, you're not replacing a Terry Campese or a Craig Gower, you know. And it's not down to the individuals of Ryan Getty and Ben Falconer. Or Tim McCann, who was very close not to play this game, just purely because, you know, that's the calibre of player they are.
As someone said, like, how would Fiji have gone yesterday if Sutton was playing? You know?
Yeah, of course. And they're that level of player because they're playing week in, week out at a high level.
Yeah.
You know. But fair credit to them. There's a lot of weight on their shoulders, Benny and Ryan. And, you know, they did the best they possibly could. We didn't lose the game because of Benny and Ryan today. We just lost them because we didn't stick to our game plan. And we didn't complete.
Anthony, I guess it seems a bit of a risk at this stage of your career to take this option, you know, a bit of an obscure thing to do, go and represent Italy. Are you glad that you did it now?
I didn't think it was a risk at all. Carlo come to me 2 years ago and said and offered me the captaincy to come and try and make the World Cup. I played when I was a young kid and we didn't make the World Cup, so I played with Carlo and we didn't make it. And getting towards the back end of my career, Carlo come to me and mate, I jumped at the chance. It was a great opportunity to represent my heritage of my family, and mate, I was excited. I was excited 2 years ago, and I was excited to come on this trip.
What was the camaraderie like in camp? You've got your own brother there. Was that special?
Oh, it was great. It was great to play with him. You know, I've only played one-off games with Mark, and to come over and tour England with him has been fantastic. And yeah, I wish I played more games with him. You know.
You feel like you've been part of something special?
Yeah, mate. We got a tight knit group here. It's, you know, everyone's best of mates. You know, we all enjoy each other's company. You know, on the field and off the field, and there's a special bond between the players.
You enjoyed the last 3 weeks to the point that if a Super League club came, you might be interested in playing.
Oh, I tell you what, as subtle as a fire engine.
What's the point?
Yeah, no, yeah, Mini, answer that one.
I would always talk.
Always
talk.
I had someone asking me what Super League club I was going to coach next week. I was like, that's great, you know, first I've heard of it. It's madness.
Carlo, you mentioned that we're waiting to see about the profit margins, but how would you like to see rugby league in Italy kick on between now and the next World Cup?
Well, again, rugby union is very strong in Italy, and we understand that, and there is no reason why we can't coexist. And again, I think talks are now happening with the rugby union to say, well, listen, why can't we both coexist? And I think, you know, we've got an absolutely great platform there where we can have 2 federations that are talking to each other, understand that we're different sports, but yet, you know, work together. And if we can do that, hopefully we can also assist the rugby union, because it's quite common knowledge that there's a lot of rugby league influence now in rugby union. And we wouldn't want that any different. But some players are born to play rugby union and some are born to play rugby league. Some do cross over every now and then. But at the end of the day, if we can have a strong nation playing rugby in Italy, whether it's union or league, I think there's a margin there where they both can be successful. And I truly believe that there is a definite chance of a good Super League franchise happening over there. And it's massive. You know, as soon as the the fans come to watch rugby league. They really enjoy it, and why we haven't gone down that route. And I've heard people at the RFL, and I won't mention any names because it's not fair, but they've turned around and said, "Oh well, I don't think it'd be well supported. I don't think it'd be successful." How can you make that judgment without even doing a feasibility study? I'm not just a coach. I've worked in administration and development. I know I'm a bit of a subject matter expert when it comes to administration.
Have you sort of done your own sort of straw sort of poll or anything to sort of find out whether it would be a hit down there?
Well, I know Italians pretty well,
Yeah.
and I know if you're